Both sides in the college faculty strike have returned to the bargaining table. The strike, of course, continues. It is in its third week. And as the parties return to the bargaining table, the union and the students who have missed 3 weeks of the education they paid for are exerting some pressure. We're live at Queen's Park, where another rally has formed. The 12,000 college employees are represented by OPSEU. They walked off the job October 15th after rejecting a final offer from the colleges, a 4-year agreement with a 7.75% pay hike. The union wants more full-time and fewer contract faculty members and a bigger say in curriculum issues.
You're watching Global Toronto. This is Global News at Noon.
Meanwhile, Marianne Domain is at Queen's Park right now, where both students and faculty of Ontario colleges are rallying as their bargaining teams get back to the table. What's the latest, Marianne?
Hi, Caroline. You can see behind me it is a very busy place here on the front lawn of Queen's Park. Take a look over and around this lawn here. Hundreds of people, striking faculty from 24 colleges all across the province, have walked here, hopped on transit, or even taken buses from different parts of the province to be here at this rally. They're also joined by different supporters. Almost all of them, though, have signs like this one: contract faculty 72%, full-time faculty 28%. That is a big contentious issue that they want as part of what they want and what they're calling a fair contract. They want to match the number of full-time staff with those that are on contract. Now, let's walk over here. We've got Bernie Monette, who's actually a professor at Humber College.
So,
good morning there. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us at this rally. Why was it important for you to be here, especially now that both sides are back at the bargaining table?
Well, at this point, we want to show support for the things that we want, because these issues are stuff that you know are long-term problems within the college system. And so, even though they're negotiating, we hope they're negotiating today and not just looking at each other across the table. We want to give our bargaining team all the support that we can, and really make it clear to the government that something has to be done with this.
All right, Bernie, thanks so much for talking to us this afternoon. And so that's pretty much the message that a lot of people have here. There's also students holding a different rally. They're going to be walking from Bay and Bloor, from the Ministry of Education office. They're going to be joining the faculty here. So this is going to get even busier throughout the day. They're expected to be here into the afternoon. Of course, the message is the same. They want to get back into the classrooms. They want to see an end to this strike that we know talks broke down in mid-October. Whether something will progress now that they're both back at the table, we'll just have to wait and see, Carolyn. I'll send it back to you.
The two sides in the Ontario College faculty strike have resumed bargaining more than 2 weeks after teachers and staff walked off the job. They and their students rallied outside Queen's Park today to voice their frustrations.
I'm actually totally disappointed that the government has failed to intervene in this.
This is what solidarity and unity looks like. This is about a fight for not only these workers that have been on strike now for 3 weeks, it's a fight across our province to put an end to insecure work, precarious work.
The Ontario Public Sector Employees Union represents 12,000 Ontario College faculty. It has called for the number of full-time staff to match the number of those on contract. The colleges say that would cost $250 million more per year, and had instead put forward a 4-year deal that offered a nearly 8% pay increase. Meanwhile, 500,000 students have been out of class since October 15th.
Striking college workers gathered outside of Queen's Park this morning as union and college representatives met for the first time since employees walked off the job almost 3 weeks ago. Advanced Education Minister Deb Matthews has resisted calls for the province to intervene in the strike, but the union says it is hopeful an agreement can soon be reached.
Getting called back to the table is always a good sign. It's never a bad sign. It's always a good sign, but it's no guarantee. But I got my fingers crossed that they get a deal done in the next couple of 3 days and get everybody back into school.
More than 500,000 students have been out of class since the start of the strike. The union had called for an increase in the number of full-time faculty, but the colleges say that would add hundreds of millions of dollars in costs every year.
You're watching Global Toronto. This is Global News at 5:30.
Both students and faculty from Ontario's colleges rallied at Queen's Park today as representatives from both sides got back to the bargaining table.
This fight is for the long haul.
The strike affects 500,000 college students all across our province. It's in its third week, and this, finally, the first sign of movement. Some are encouraged by the development.
I think there's some cautious optimism that this might be a good first step towards reaching a solution in this situation, but we still have some distance between where we are and where the College Council is right now. So we still need to bridge that gap, but I think that bit of hope on the horizon is helping everybody have good spirits today, even in the rain.
In the meantime, some students are demanding a refund for time spent at a class.